Yes, we will be diving into so much when it comes to cannabis, and especially right now when we're talking about one of the biggest events happening in Africa. Now listen to this, in 2018, shortly after cannabis was effectively legalized for personal use in SA, Silas Howarth, together with his siblings, co-founded the Cannabis Expo. Now the Cannabis Expo has proved to be a huge success, offering the perfect mix between networking of local and international industry experts, a public exhibition, and a cannabis convention, providing a platform for the entire cannabis industry. And of course, Silas is here to tell us more about this event. Silas, how are you doing this morning?
Yeah, good, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's a good time to be alive, especially in this country as well, as we progress into the green gold and the world that it has to offer. But let's talk about this event, man. This is like literally one of the biggest cannabis events on the continent. We're talking about the Cannabis Expo. It's taking place in Johannesburg. On top of it just being an expo, it's pretty much like a movement, and I've seen this culture growing year after year. Talk to me about the importance of this expo, man.
Yeah, it's been amazing. I mean, we launched the expo in 2018, as you said, and it has grown from strength to strength since then. And it's amazing to see the entire industry actually grow around it as well, as the Cannabis Expo grows. And yeah, it's the biggest cannabis event in Africa. It's happening 18 to 20 November at Sandton Convention Center. And yeah, it's business. It's cannabis business, absolutely, but there's a lot of fun as well.
That's what I want to talk about, because, I mean, cannabis, there's so many little, let's call it facets. I mean, you've got recreational, medicinal, farming. I mean, that list kind of goes on. I was assuming you're going to kind of, in some way, showcase as much of it as you can. How exactly are you going to be exposing all these different facets? I mean, are you going to be doing that?
Absolutely, and that's what's amazing. You know, if you're coming to the Cannabis Expo for the first time, I think people are completely shocked at how big the cannabis industry actually is. I mean, there is this agricultural side of cannabis. There's, you know, so everything growing, and whether it's people being able to grow at home and products to grow at home, to right through to big growing operations. The medicinal side of cannabis is massive. And then, of course, the recreational side as well. So that's all there. You know, companies, businesses, cannabis businesses from across the world literally converge in South Africa, in Sandton, for this expo. So as a visitor, you can experience, you know, every different type of cannabis product, whether it's CBD products right through to, you know, every type of you know, growing equipment.
Yeah, and you're basically getting like a forefront opportunity to see what's happening around the world when it comes to every different facet, right?
Absolutely. And then the expo side of it is just one, you know, and the businesses is just one facet. Then you've got the convention itself with cannabis leaders from around the world and here locally, and government people as well, actually taking part in panel discussions and having really, really important discussions about how we take cannabis forward, cannabis legislation forward.
And you mentioned government, and it's interesting to note that government are pretty supportive, both of the industry and it seems of expos like this. What does that do for your expo in general? I mean, having support of the government is quite big, right?
It's amazing, and it's taken time, but it is amazing to have that support. There's more that government certainly can do for the entire industry and for cannabis, as you guys have been talking about on this show, but it's moving in the right direction.
I love that. So let's just round it up. Let's say for anybody that's planning to go to the expo, dying to find out more, what exactly can we expect when we walk through those doors? Should we bring anything? Should we be prepared? Like, what is the plan here? What would you recommend?
Ultimately, if you're interested in cannabis or interested in cannabis business, you have to be at the Cannabis Expo. I mean, you walk in, there's the exhibitor hall, 150 different exhibitor stands from across the industry. You've got the cannabis food market. So interesting munchies and things to try out. And then the Cannabis Freedom Festival is actually a full-on music festival outside, dopest DJs. It's
some entertainment too.
It's a lot of fun. And it's open till late, so...
Oh, I love it. Well, look, Mzansi, 18th to the 20th of November, it is happening. It's the Cannabis Expo. Definitely get your tickets, and it's something that I think is going to tick anybody's box when it comes to education, when it comes to just having fun or finding out more about this incredible world. And, of course, I can't thank you enough for putting this together, so I look forward to seeing you there. If you're out in Joburg, then you definitely want to head down, and from green, it's time to head over to some red. Let's check it out.